In this video, we're going to go over all the tips and tricks you need in order to play Wylder incredibly well. He has a bad reputation for being a super basic character, but I'm here to show you that with his kit, you can do some pretty sick stuff. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. My hope in this guide is to pique your interest enough to give this Nightfarer a try, or to give him another chance after you've played him and thought maybe he was just a little bit too basic. Now, why would you choose Wylder to begin with? Well, his kit alone should be a big enough reason, and also if you're looking to play somebody who's similar to the Tarnished in Elden Ring, this is pretty much as close as it gets. Within Wylder's kit, there's going to be 3 separate abilities. One that you can't control, that happens at random, and 2 that you have to activate personally based on button pressing. The 2 can be used at different times, or use them together to have insane mobility. Sixth Sense is going to be your first ability, and it allows you to cheat death for one time on an attack that would have potentially downed you. This ability will be replenished at a site of grace, or once you get back up from being knocked down, it will also be replenished then, giving you a second shot at cheating death. Now, this ability does allow you to have a rather large handicap, thus making Wylder a solid choice for beginners when taking on Elden Ring NIghtreign. His second ability, Claw Shot, gives you more mobility and allows you to shoot a claw out and grab either a boss or the ground to lunge forward, giving you the ability to clear way more ground than if you were just to be running. Now, this ability is going to allow you to close in on bosses very quickly and will pull you towards medium-sized enemies. However, these smaller enemies will be pulled directly towards you, so if you're trying to chain a Claw Shot ability, this will be a lot harder with smaller NPCs, but very easy with bosses. I personally love Claw Shot as I run over long distances because it took the already fast run and just made it a lot quicker, as the mobility of Claw Shot added onto your fast run will get you from point A to point B very fast. However, my favorite thing to do with Claw Shot is to chain it with Onslaught Stake, your ultimate art. Pulling back your crossbow, releasing a devastating explosion, and it can be used in many ways. First off, you can use it to revive teammates if needed. You can also chain it on the back end of Claw Shot, as I just said, allowing the mobility and utility of Wylder to skyrocket. However, I think the most important use for this ability is in a boss fight. Right before you see a Night Lord unleashing a hard-hitting move, use Onslaught Stake to stun the boss, knocking them out of their animation. This allows you to skip moves that may have potentially killed your team. But I think overall, Wylder's kit is very decent, even though it is basic. I feel the skill cap for this character can go decently high, especially if you learn how to chain all of your moves and attacks together. Wylder can just be a ton of fun. Now, when it comes to the stats of the character and what you're going to be looking at when it comes to weapons and weapon type, Wylder is going to have an A in HP, a C in FP, and a B in stamina. So overall stats are not terrible at all, and you could potentially use Wylder as a hybrid spellcaster melee user. Now, he is going to have an A in strength and a B in dexterity, with C's across the board for intelligence, faith, and arcane, but because of that particular scaling, you can use strength weapons, dexterity weapons, or quality weapons and get great damage. You are also encouraged with Wylder to use greatswords, as that is this Nightfarer's preference when it comes to weapons, because you will get a brand new moveset with those attacks. Now, when it comes to our relic rights and our relic slots for Rider, we're going to have 2 red and 1 blue slot. However, those slots can be changed at the Jar Bazaar by buying a special item that will give you different colored relic slots. Currently, right now, I'm using the Knight of the Fathom, which comes from the 4th Night Lord. You're going to be able to increase your maximum HP, which Rider also has awesome HP already, so this is just going to allow us to take a little bit more damage when we need to. Our flask is going to heal allies, which is incredible, and all items that you use are going to be affected by nearby allies. So if you use anything that boosts stamina or boosts damage negation and you're standing right next to your team, they will also get that buff. I'm also using the Slate Whetstone, which comes from the 1st or 2nd Remembrance. I believe it's the 1st Remembrance of Rider, and it's going to allow your follow-up attack with Claw Strike to imbue your greatsword with fire. This is going to give you a flaming strike type of attack, imbuing the greatsword with fire for a short amount of time, and this is also going to give you physical attack up, which is great. And lastly, we are using the Knight of the Baron. This is going to improve critical hits. Also, our art gauge is going to fill moderately upon critical hit, which means we're going to get it back faster, and critical hits are going to boost stamina recovery speed. more stamina recovery is always awesome no matter what class you are using. I find all these relics incredibly good and allow Ryder to be played more of a tanky support character than just a one-off damage dealer, which I particularly enjoy playing as. And lastly, I want to go over what skills and attributes you should be looking for after you defeat a boss and have the potential to get more things to enhance your character. First and foremost, anything that gives you more stamina or stamina recovery, definitely pick those up. Second, anything that gives you more health is also going to be key when playing Wylder. I know he has a lot of health already, but more health always allows you to tank more damage, which is nice in Elden Ring NIghtreign because of how hard the Night Lords hit. You also want to get anything that gives you more rune acquisition, as that's going to allow you to get a higher level by the time you fight the Night Lord, and higher levels equate to more damage and just better gameplay overall. And the last attribute that I always look for when killing bosses in this game is extra damage negation. Taking less damage is overall the best way in this game to play, and if you're taking less damage, that means you can stay alive for longer and help your teammates, as this game is definitely meant to be played with a team. But guys, that is going to be it for the Wylder guide. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I plan on making a guide for every single Nightfarer in this game, so definitely subscribe and stay tuned for that, as we have a ton more content coming out. Wylder's remembrance videos are coming out as well this week, so make sure you're stay tuned for that. And until next time, guys, stay safe, enjoy the game, and I'll see you in the next one.